Listen, when it comes to creating, I want to be the first one to say that the struggle be real, okay? When you are creative and you have so many passions and you know you can do so many things, what people don't tell you is that the struggle trying to compartmentalize all of that and still stay sane is on a whole nother level. What's up, good people? It's Alex here if you're new, and per the title of this video, let's get into the confessions of a struggling creative, i.e. myself. Now, to be real with you, this video is very raw and unedited. When I tell you I'm just gonna throw this up, okay, because that's what I planned on doing. Videos like this, I personally have seen become successful, not only because based off the truth, but based off because I feel like when you're just in a setting and you're just sitting down talking to your people, it just resonates better, okay? Am I right or am I wrong? Y'all let me know. But nonetheless, I wanted to share my current struggles that I'm going through as a creator and honestly confess to some things that, believe it or not, I go through, right? So let me go ahead and dive into the first struggle. I am not proud to admit this, but this is real life and this video gonna get put up regardless, so I might as well go ahead and say it. But the first struggle is imposter syndrome. I confess that I am a huge imposter when it comes to my success as a creator. Even though I've seen the numbers on YouTube, even though I've got the praise, I've gotten the money, I've gotten all the, congratulations, right? It's something about my young self, my inner child, that's still in some type of disbelief that I've become so successful from, lack of a better word, talking to a whole camera, okay? But that's a confession of mine. I still struggle with imposter syndrome. The thing about imposter syndrome is that it doesn't just go away. I feel that the most successful people still struggle with imposter syndrome. Whether you may believe it or not, we all have some type of disbelief or some type of, contrast way of thinking when it comes to believing that we are successful in this way, right? And I think that when it comes to imposter syndrome, for me, that came from doing things that my family wanted me to do. You guys know I talked about this in my video I posted last year about, selling t-shirts did not work for me. And just the backstory behind my childhood and why it was a struggle doing my own thing, because for so long I had the Black American dream, right? Go to school, get a good job, be Black. Can I just be real with y'all? That's really what it was. So imposter syndrome is still a struggle of mine because a part of me is still living that, am I supposed to be doing something different life? Like, is this my life? You know what I'm saying? So yes, I struggle with imposter syndrome and I'm no longer ashamed to say it out loud, honey. I'm confessing it to the world because it is a real thing, and I don't think that it's bad to say that I go through this, but I want you to know that if you go through imposter syndrome, you are not alone. The second confession I have is I am currently recovering from failing. I take so much pride, okay? Take so much pride when it comes to succeeding, being the best, honey. I like to be number one, maybe no lower than number 3, right? When it comes to succeeding, when it comes to being on the award pole, the state pole, child. I did not mean to say that, y'all. When it comes to being on the stage. So recovering from failure is something I'm currently struggling with because, to be honest with you, I was one of them people that thought that the t-shirt business was going to change my life. I thought that that was going to get me out the hood, okay, for lack of a better word. And it indeed did not. Okay, it did not get me out the hood for a number of reasons, right? Now, the comments I received up under that video, some were filled with love, and I appreciate it. But a few of y'all came for me. A few of y'all told me that I should have been better at marketing, or I didn't have a really good product. I had basic t-shirts. I love the fact that people like to say stuff when they don't know what it is and they don't go through it themselves. Nonetheless, I have pretty tough skin, so maybe the comments weren't phasing me, but I still read them. But I say all that to say, I'm still recovering from failure. And to be honest, I might still be recovering for a long time. But in the recovering, what I'm praying for is to still push through, right? Still keep going, even when I sometimes think about failing in my t-shirt business. Because again, I thought that was going to be the business that got me up out the hood, and the hood is corporate America. But here we are. My third confession when it comes to being a struggling creative was that I finally took a true social media cleanse. Now, hear me when I say this. Everybody has their own opinion when it comes to cleansing from social media, right? Fasting from social media, whether that's all platforms or just maybe 1 or 2, depending on how many you're on, right? But for me, that particular social media cleanse was Instagram. Yes. there is something about Instagram, and I know from reading on TikTok and how people feel about Instagram, it's a very, like, I want to see what you're doing, but I'm not supporting you type of platform. I don't know who I may offend. I pray I don't offend anybody, but if you know, then you know. When it comes to Instagram specifically, yes, it can look like a lot of people doing so much better than me. Why am I not doing better? Why am I not here? Why am I not that? I'm chasing somebody else's reality, right? Or to be real with you, I'm chasing somebody else's lie, right? Because that could be real too. People post what they want to post on these platforms, even myself. However, this video is not about that. This video is me confessing that taking a real social media cleanse was something I truly had to do. I just got back on social media, Instagram, like end of March, right? But from February, I think end of January until the end of March, I was like, I'm done. I can't keep being inundated with the lives of other people while my life is in so much transition, right? And I don't want to feel like I'm being a hater girl. So let me log off so I can reflect, recharge, think of something, pivot, all that good stuff. But yeah, I confess, I had to get off Instagram because I was starting to feel really jealous. And again, tapping into being a hater girl, which I don't think I am. And I hate that I was feeling like that. But hey, here we are. We speaking the truth. So that's what it is. So take a social media cleanse or whatever type of cleanse you feel necessary if you're a creative. That's going to help you get back on track, because I had to do that. So I recommend you do that too, friend. So my next confession is probably one of the hardest. And I say this is one of the hardest that trumps imposter syndrome. I'm afraid of succeeding. Yeah, I just have to say it. I'm afraid of succeeding. I realized that was something that I've experienced, right? Or I'm currently experiencing. And it's so crazy to me because I think that imposter syndrome and afraid of succeeding are kind of like in tandem. But yeah, I confess that I have had fear. Crazy, right? Fear of succeeding. And the reason why I say that with so much passion is because if we really want to keep it a buck, a lot of us are afraid to succeed. And a lot of us have to sit here and be like, dang, I really just said this out loud. So if hopefully this video helps you. I'm not really expecting this video to blow up, but hey, if it do, shout out to y'all in the algorithm. But this is just me confessing, y'all. These are my confessions. Like, for real. When it comes to success, as much as I want success, as much as I see myself and really envision the woman who I can be based off my talents and my skill sets, I am running away from success. That is changing as we speak. When I tell y'all that is the prayer I'm praying, y'all know how Sierra had her prayer? Baby Alex's prayer ain't got nothing to do with no man. It got a lot to do with success. And just being able to walk into it and accept it, because not only do I need to accept it, I need to know that success is attracted to me. But to be honest with you, since 2021, since I kind of went into the slope of my failed business and hit the plateau and had to get back into the corporate America space, I've been running away from success because the thought of being successful makes me feel like I'm not going to be attached to the people who I currently want to be attached to. And I know some of you may, say this in the comments as well, but sometimes it's not about keeping those same attachments, right? So I'm trying to keep myself humble and in the same level, because the people who I'm close to, if I succeed, right, they won't be able to relate to me. And I think that's what a lot of other people's problems are too when it comes to being afraid of success. It's because we know that the people who are close to us in this season, they're not going to be able to access us when we become successful. But when I tell you the devil is a lie, because some of them people don't need access to us, it is what it is. Okay, so that's it for today's video, right? These are my confessions of a struggling creative. I made this video from the heart. I made this video because I know that I'm not the only one who goes through struggles. And I also want you guys to know that when it comes to being on YouTube, being a creator, there's nothing polished, right? Like, I'm literally in my apartment, y'all. I have on no makeup. I got lashes falling off. If this ain't the most realist video I think I've made, baby, this one is today, right? So thank you so much for watching. If you made it to the end, I'd love to know what you think. Leave me a comment down below. And yeah, I'm going to catch y'all in my next video. Bye, y'all.